So Ruka Hirano and Alessandro Barbieri will get things started off. There you see the numbers, the things you need to know. Barbieri, I don't want to say he's a surprise to get here because we talked to J.J. Thomas. He said he's been around. He's just bursting on the scene, and now he's getting the attention he deserves.
There is Ruka Hirano coming in here as a 3 seed, so he will drop first, jersey number 17. Talking with his coaches, coming up with that strategy. And strategy is the name of the game here in the finals. We just saw it with the women. Guaranteed we're going to see it again with the men.
Is this a David and Goliath situation? I mean, Alessandro Barbieri is 16 years of age. Ruka Hirano, he is a multi-time Olympian. He has seen it all. He's been at the highest pinnacle. Do you just sit back and let him do his thing and hope that he's gassed, jet lagged, whatever you want to call it, maybe just doesn't have it today?
Yeah, kind of feel like Alessandro Barbieri is so easygoing, and so light. He's been all smiles this week. He's going to let Ruka Hirano do his thing. Yep. Alessandro's going to do his thing.
Here we go. Ruka Hirano on course, rider's right.
Coming in switch. Switch, double cork 1080. Into the front side, 12. Big old air to fakie. Oh, Ruka Hirano looks dangerous today. Frontside alley-oop, and that's going to be it for Ruka Hirano. And now when we talk about judges ranged, we talk about the first rider of any heat to drop, they set their score and they base the rest of the scores off of that. But we did speak with our judging correspondent, Connor Manning, and he said a little bit of that is out the window. Once you hit semifinals and finals, because the level is so high, they're not afraid to put something in the 80s right off the bat.
And the judges now have to clear the palate, maybe a little sorbet, because they, off that tight women's competition, half a point. Now you look at the men's competition, and what a start for Ruka Hirano.
Yeah, cab, double cork 1080, grabbing truck driver, that is your toe edge and heel edge consecutively at the same time, and switch backside double cork 1080. Super, super technical maneuver.
T-Bird, we're seeing a lot of the truck driver. I know I like to bring that up a lot, but is that because it is a more technical grab, or does it provide more stability when they're in the air?
I think they're so compact as it is. Instead of grabbing the back of their knee, which is kind of seen a little bit as like a gymnast move, right? They just extend their hand a little further, and it keeps them compact so they can continue that axis of spinning.
They drove that big 18-wheeler right to the finish line, and this should be a very good score. We'll wait and see what Ruka Hirano gets. Now, he will sit and wait and watch the man that he is going head-to-head against at 16 years of age, Alessandro Barbieri of the USA, the only American to make it in to this phase, as he was able to get past Chase Blackwell by way of medical decision. Blackwell, remember, taking a hard fall. Medics here said, you know what, young man, you've taken too tough of a fall. You're standing down, and that put Barbieri into this position. And
something to note, Ruka Hirano chose to drop into the athlete's right wall. Alessandro Barbieri, the goofy footer, coming into the left wall. Taking a lot of speed into that first hit. Backside 900. Into the front side, double cork 1080, landed a little sideways on that wall. Oh! Into the cap, 12, not able to put it down, and this is where things get interesting. In a traditional contest with a traditional format, that would just be a throwaway run. Ruka Hirano is now firmly in the driver's seat.
No question about it, and Ruka Hirano, as they will head back up to the top, he is just applying pressure to the young man from Portland, Oregon.
And that's what he's been doing the last 2 days, all day yesterday and this morning.
He seems impervious to this format, and I say that in the sense of I don't think he cares about who goes first, who goes second, what side. He's just going to ride his ride.
And you know who did that in the women's field? Sina Tomita. She came out with the win. So there you see the backside 900 double grab from Alessandro Barbieri. And this is where things went a little wrong for him. Switch frontside double cork 1260. Look at the commitment on that second dip, spotting the landing when he comes around. And just a little too much compression. Little too much compression. We talked about it with Matty Mastro. Shaun was just in the booth. He said, landing that low, you're literally thinking to yourself, like, don't give out, don't give out.
And here are the scores. It's a 72.25 for Ruka Hirano and a 26 for Barbieri. So we go right back to the top. This is semi number 1, Ruka Hirano now. He's going to be starting on the left-hand side. He has the advantage. Remember, he threw down a 72.25, and American Alessandro Barbieri had a bit of a fall there, only scored a 26. So this is a situation where you go full Mike Tyson and you try to knock out your competitor.
Yeah, the winner of run 1 drops first
right
in the second run, so we will be seeing Ruka Hirano.
Talk about applying pressure to your opponent. If he lands this,
it is officially a pressure cooker environment. Ruka Hirano, switch backside double cork 1080 into the backside 900. Into the front side 14. Ruka Hirano applying the pressure, and all Alessandro Barbieri can do is watch.
Now, for my money, T-Bird, and we'll bring in Connor on this one, I think his first run was a little better than that one, or am I off on that, Connor? What do you think?
I think it could have been a little bit better. He was definitely, execution was great on that. Amplitude was incredible as well. He did mix it up a little bit. I think he saw what he saw from the earlier alley-oop rodeo, maybe adding a little bit more variety. He's got the switch backside, the front side, and the big spins. So it's going to be close to his other run. Plus, look at that Japan grab right there. Just adding his own little style to it. So a great run there from Ruka.
Yeah, that grab is completely opposite from the direction that he's spinning. It almost stalls him midair, which I think adds to that level of difficulty. There's the front side double cork, 1440, 12.5 feet out of that 24-foot half pipe. This alley-oop backside rodeo. And the judges, you know, we look at Yuto Totsuka, he did a similar trick in his first run. They rewarded him for it. So they are looking at simplicity mixed with amplitude. You can still post a run in the 90s.
It takes a lifetime to learn a trick like that, and he's just 22 years of age. Ruka Hirano, speaking of age, the 16-year-old. The biggest run of his professional career, Alessandro Barbieri out of Portland, Oregon. Only American to make it this far at Snow League here in Aspen, and now he's got to come up with something big. And I'm thinking, T-Bird, if you just crunch the numbers, not a hard number, but I'm thinking he's got to have something in the 80s.
He's got to have something in the 80s. I mean, Ruka Hirano's first run score 72.2. I think his second run's going to be somewhere in that. So just to make sure, you got to bring the heat. So he's setting up. Switch backside, double cork. Oh yeah, Alessandro Barbieri is pulling no punches. There's the front side 12, but he put his hands down into the alley-oop. Is it going to be enough?
Yeah, he knows.
He wants every single point, so he didn't just kind of pull the cord on that right pull. He kept his run going, but is it going to be enough? You know, waiting on these scores till both runs are done, as a rider, I'm sure is stressful. As an announcer, it builds the pressure because you just don't know what's going to come out of the judges' booth.
Boy, the first half of this run was on point.
Yeah, let's see where it went wrong. Switch backside, double cork 12. I mean, the difficulty on a switch backside double cork, the judges will reward him for that. The amplitude is there, 11 plus feet. And then the front side double cork 12, 60, just did not quite get the rotation all the way around.
On any other contest, I would say, that's a contest mate, give it to him. But this is the Snow League, and we saw what it did for Matty Mastro with that just small butt check. It just threw him off his line. And right there, he had to counter-correct, carve right back into it, and the speed was sapped.
Yeah, when you're in a semifinal or a final in a contest that's as prestigious as the Snow League, there's very little margin for error.
So it is an 87.7, which proves to be the knockout punch for 22-year-old Ruka Hirano of Japan. He gets the job done. He is in to the final. The first man to claim his ticket in Snow League final as we sit it down to Naoko.
All right, Ruka, moving on to the final. また、ファイナルが決まったのでおめでとうございます。今日のランについて。
そうですね、今、一発目のスイッチバック10のジャパンにこだわってたんで、そこ綺麗に決めれてよかったですね。楽しかったです。
He was particularly happy with his second run, and he's really glad that he's moving on to the finals. 頑張ってください。どうもありがとうございます。
And Naoko, I got it.